All right, so without further ado, I will start the orientation. So as you folks know, this year Hawaii will be hosting the ICoME conference online. We selected GatherTown and Zoom as our platform to create intentional opportunities to interact as conference participants would in a real life conference. We hope that this platform will help us all connect and learn together with one another, even though we're thousands of miles apart in different countries in the world. So most of you should have watched the GatherTown and Zoom guide videos we shared with you before today. However, I'd like to do like a quick recap on the easy way presenters can access their Zoom presentation rooms via our conference schedule online. And here I'm going to share a different screen. Okay. So as you folks can see, we are on the ICoME Hawaii conference site right now. We are actually in the program tab. And I'm going to click on the program. As you can see, first you'll see the conference schedule at a glance, which would give you information about day one, what time each session is. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll see the day two. And then if you keep going and keep going, you would see the conference full schedule right here. As you can see, this is the program overview. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll see some tabs over here. And I'd like to show you clicking on the tab day one. So let's say you are a roundtable presenter that will be presenting on day one. This is the schedule for day one. And if you keep scrolling down, for example, if I was a presenter that would be presenting during roundtable session A, which would happen 3:15 p.m. Hawaii time, remember all these times are Hawaii time. So make sure that you are in the correct time and your time zone. If you scroll down again, if I was to present during this session A, and let's say I am a presenter at track 3, what I will do is I will scroll over here and click on the track link over here, just like that. It will open up to the correct Zoom room for your presentation link. So if I was a presenter at that time, I would click open Zoom meeting, and that should take you to the correct Zoom room. Obviously, I'm not going to click on it now because it will take me to a different Zoom room, and I want to stay in this Zoom room. So I'm just going to close this right after. But basically what you do is you will do your presentation in the Zoom room. So you will be able to share your screen as you would be doing your presentation in Zoom, like how you would. You will have also be able to meet with the moderator who will help you out if you have any questions. We do recommend that all presenters enter their Zoom room at least 15 to 20 minutes before their presentation, if not earlier. So then you can make sure that everything is working okay, and then you will touch base with your moderator as well. We also recommend that you update your Zoom application before the conference date, just to make sure that your Zoom application is working on your computer. So, okay, so let's say I'm done with my Zoom presentation. What I will do is I will just close my Zoom tabs and the Zoom room, and then I would get back here to the program. So now I'm going to show you, once your presentation is done in Zoom, how to get back to GatherTown. So we're still at this program page on the conference website. What you can do is you can hover over here and you'll see a link that says click to enter GatherTown. So that's what I'll do. We'll open up another tab where you can enter GatherTown. I'm not going to enter GatherTown right now because I want to show you folks later, and we'll check out GatherTown together later. But this would be how it would look like. If you had a chance earlier, you might have already created your avatar and checked out GatherTown. If not, we'll do that together later. So let me get back to the program slide. Okay, so now I will do a brief overview of how the conference will work in GatherTown on the conference day. This picture shows a simplistic view of how Gather Town will look like. And at the beginning of each conference day, the welcome and keynote session will happen in the keynote room, which is on the right-hand side of Gather Town. And before that, we have a optional orientation as well. So if you still have questions after today, you can join the optional orientation a little bit earlier, and we will be there to help you out as well. And then after the keynote presentation, the roundtable session, which will happen in day 1, will be in track 1 to track 4, and then the concurrent sessions will happen in track 1 to track 4 on day 2 as well. During that time, participants can navigate their avatars to different presentation rooms, just like how they would in a conference in real life. All right, and before we jump into the Gather Town world, I do have a few important points for you folks to remember. Number 1, when you are in Gather Town, when your avatars are close to each other in the space, you may see and hear each other on the screen, kind of similar to how it is in real life at a physical conference. So you may choose to unmute yourself and turn on your camera if you would like to say hi to the person you walk by. And once you do not see each other on the screen, that means that you are out of the speaking range with each other. Number 2, if you do want to have a private conversation when your avatars are close in space to each other, you can also start a bubble by right-clicking on the person you would like to speak to, and then select a bubble. That way, you can have a private conversation even if you're in a public space, so nobody else can hear your conversation. Number 3, you may also find quite a few private areas in Gather Town where you can have a conversation with your colleagues and friends. These are areas with shaded boxes or smaller rooms with no Zoom links or sign at the entrance. A notice will temporarily pop up when you enter a private area, and that's how you can tell that you're in a private area. And anyone is free to use them during the conference to connect with their friends and coworkers. Number 4, if you need help, you can ask a friend nearby. We learned a lot of cool tips and tricks by interacting with each other. Otherwise, we also have staff that are sitting at the 2 help desks on the right-hand side of the main Gather Town area, and our avatar will be wearing red hats. This would be during the conference day 1 and day 2. Number 5, we went through this earlier in the presentation today, but I do want to again emphasize that once more, it is best for presenters to access your presentation room through the conference website program schedule. This is done in order to reduce confusion and also to make sure you have the right link and you're there at the right time. All right, so last but not least, and perhaps is one of the most important point, is that as you navigate yourself in the 2 different worlds between Zoom and Gather Town, make sure that you only have your microphone and camera on either Zoom side or Gather Town side. You don't want to have your microphone on both sides at the same time in different tabs. This will help with echoing issues and internet connectivity. And this will also make sure that nobody else is hearing your conversation beside the person you actually want to speak to in the different world. All right, so with all that said, are you ready to experience Gather Town together? Right now, I'm going to put the Gather Town link in the Zoom chat. Firstly, if you didn't have a chance earlier today or before this orientation to explore Gather Town, you may click into the Zoom chat to enter the Gather Town space link and create your Gather Town avatar. You will need the link and you will need the password, which we will also paste into the chat room. If this is your first time entering Gather Town, it will ask you to make your avatar. It will also ask you to connect your audio and video. Please do so. And you may need to mute your microphone and video on Zoom if you haven't already done so. You also might get a security code that will be sent to your email if this is your first time entering GatherTown. All right, so let's take about 5 minutes to do so. And if you are experiencing any issues, feel free to message us in the chat room for assistance. Dr. Curtis Ho will be there to answer your questions in the Zoom chat. And if you are done before the 5 minutes is up, feel free to walk around and check out the GatherTown space. And in 5 minutes, we will meet at GatherTown in the keynote room to complete our question and answer. Me and Johnny will wait for you over there at the keynote room. We will be wearing a red hat. That's how you can identify us. All right, so I'm gonna post the link in the chat right now. And I will also paste the password. All right, so please head over to GatherTown. We'll see you there.